With the slew of 4K 32-inch 240Hz QD OLED gaming monitors coming out this year, it's time to take a look at one of MSI's newest entries, the MAG 321UPX. Everything on this model is the exact same as the 321URX performance-wise, so when we talk specs and features and demo some gameplay, it's what you're going to get with both models. We'll also clear up some misinformation I've seen out there regarding MSI's burn-in warranties and talk about why, at a retail price lower than the competition, this just might be the right gaming monitor for you. Quick disclaimer, MSI did send me this unit to review, however, I'm not being paid. I'm not required to show MSI the video before I publish it to make sure I don't say anything negative. In fact, there are a few things I'd like to see improved, and I'm going to talk about those as well. Now, if you end up finding this video helpful, consider not only hitting that subscribe button and notification bell, but using my links in the description, which help me earn a small commission so I can afford to make more content like this. Once again, the 321UPX is a 32-inch 4K 240Hz QD OLED gaming monitor, and much like the competition, shares similar features like a 0.03 millisecond response time, display HDR, and true black 400. The last monitor I reviewed that shares these features and is a direct competitor is the Alienware AW3225QF. I'll put a link in the comments if you want to watch that, and while that monitor impressed me, so I expect this one will too, it comes in at a current retail price of $1,199, while this MSI variant is expected to retail somewhere around $849, with the MPG counterpart about $899. $300 less, and you're basically getting the same monitor, but there are some differences. Let's talk about what the MSI models can get you. Without a doubt, the first thing that caught my eye is the flat panel. Looking from the side view, it's not even a quarter of an inch thick and is basically like the side windows in my car. The back is covered with graphene film, which is known for its thermal conductivity and heat dissipation, and if we pay attention to the chunky part of the back here, we can see these grills on the top, which are part of the customized heatsink, and between the two elements it means the monitor can operate without a cooling fan for a noiseless design. On the underside, we'll find your connection ports. On the left, all by itself, is the power connector, and on the right we have a very small selection of ports which include two HDMI 2.1 connections, so you can connect your consoles and take full advantage of 4K at 120Hz with variable refresh rate and auto low latency mode, a DisplayPort 1.4, a USB-C connection with DisplayPort Alt mode, and a headphone line out audio jack. So two things here I'd like to see improved. The first would be the addition of an eARC HDMI 2.1 port, which the Alienware had, and allowed me to finally use a quality soundbar instead of PC speakers, which I just find to be low quality. On the flip side, the Alienware did not have an audio line out, and I personally would like to see both implemented in a monitor, so no matter what your audio situation looks like, you're covered either way. Now, I've seen a lot of feedback and complaints in my comment sections that these new monitors aren't equipped with DisplayPort 2.1. Personally, I haven't done my research on DisplayPort 2.1, and I imagine a lot of others haven't either, so if you're versed on it, let me know in the comments why you want 2.1 and what benefits it has over 1.4. That brings us to the only real differences between the MAG and MPG models, and that's the connectivity, where the MPG model has an extra 2 USB Type-A ports, a USB Type-B port, and the USB-C port is capable of up to 90 watts power charging. One thing I'm surprised by is the lack of any RGB on the back of the panel, which I'm accustomed to seeing on gaming monitors, but it isn't a big deal as a lot of the times it makes a minimal difference anyway. It is height adjustable, and I appreciate the fact that the neck and base aren't overwhelmingly large and don't take up a lot of space on my desk. The base is only about 12 inches wide with a depth of about 9.5 inches, much better than the large V-shaped footprints Alienware and LG models have. On its lowest height, the monitor is about 18.5 inches, and at its tallest, about 22.5. It can swivel from side to side, tilt upwards and downward, and while it can't fully pivot to a vertical position, it can slightly turn to accommodate any setup. The base and stand are made of a hard plastic shell, but thanks to its thin glass-like panel and custom heatsink, feels far from cheap. I don't think there'll be any complaints regarding build quality. My only gripe is that when the monitor is raised to its tallest height, you can still see the cables underneath. Cable management could have been a little better. It does use Samsung's 3rd Gen 2024 QD-OLED panel, so unlike an LCD display, it's pitch black here. I can literally raise my camera's ISO to its max setting and you won't detect a thing, and thanks to its pixel level dimming, you'll get better contrast and color performance. It is a glossy screen, but unless you have a bright light pointed directly at it, you'll have no reflection issues. On the back of the monitor is where you'll find your joystick toggle to access the menu. If we click up, we can select our game mode color profiles. Clicking down allows us to activate and select the shape of our smart crosshair. Clicking right, we can change our input source, and left allows you to set an alarm clock. Clicking the joystick will bring up the main menu, and we have a lot of things to choose from here. We can turn on Smart Crosshair, which changes the crosshair color based on the background color, so it always remains visible. We have Optic Scope, which lets you assign shortcut keys so you can zoom in and magnify no matter what weapon you have. Night Vision and AI Vision, which help control brightness levels so darker areas are easy to see. You can add your refresh rate to the corner, turn on Adaptive Sync, which will sync the refresh rate of the monitor to your GPU. You then have professional color profiles for content creators and can select between choices aimed at those who use the sRGB color space, Adobe RGB, and DCI P3, among others. This is a pre-production unit, so I was advised that any calibration readings I do might be a bit off from the finished product, but just know you should get an advertised 99% DCI P3 with a Delta E under 2. You can also change HDR modes between True Black 400 and Peak 1000 nits, and access the MSI OLED Care section to preserve the longevity of the monitor. If you're not familiar, OLED Care 2.0 helps reduce burn-in and has 3 parts: Pixel Shift, Panel Protect, and Static Screen Detection. Pixel Shift moves pixels of the screen at regular intervals, which helps prevent static images and can be changed from slow, normal, and fast. Panel Protect refreshes the pixels and has a short time version, which lasts about 10 to 15 minutes, and a long time version, which takes about an hour. And Static Screen Detection, which will auto-dim the monitor when it detects static images that have been on the screen too long. You have options like multi-logo detection, which scans the shape and colors of contrasting logos and reduces their luminance, taskbar detection, which scans the taskbar shape and reduces its luminance, and boundary detection, which detects boundaries between 2 images and, you guessed it, reduces its luminance. Now, that's a lot of burn-in protection, but there's some misinformation out there I've been reading in my comment sections regarding MSI burn-in warranties, so I want to clear all that up now. Now, these come from my Alienware review, where people mention MSI might be a better, more affordable alternative, and then others chime in commenting MSI has no burn-in warranty. Well, after speaking to MSI directly, I can confirm that 3 models, the MAG 271 UPX, the MAG 321 UPX, and the MAG 341 CQP, all have 2-year burn-in warranties. Then you have models like the MPG 321 URX, the MPG 491 CQP, and the MAG 342C, all which come with a full 3-year burn-in warranty with panel replacement, so if it starts with MAG, it's a 2-year, and the others have 3. The monitor is Vasa certified with Clear MR 13000, which means it's been put through a series of tests based on blur performance, so all things considered, this should excel at gameplay. And while I'm not much of a FPS PvP type of gamer, here's some gameplay to show off what this monitor can do. That's the rundown on the MAG 321 UPX. It's honestly got just about everything the Alienware variant has at a lower price point, and with the competing burn-in warranty and the built-in protection, this is one that should absolutely be on your list. Now let me know in the comments how you feel about this gaming monitor, and if there's another you'd like to see on my channel, let me know and I'll do my best to get it. And don't forget to use my links to support the channel, but that's going to wrap things up for today. I'll see you next time.